Hello friends, today we're going to make this beautiful whimsical macarons. They're airbrushed and decorated with sprinkles, and they're filled with a white chocolate buttercream. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. Let's start by sifting the almond flour and powdered sugar together. It's important to make sure all of our ingredients are measured out and set aside before starting. Now let's wipe everything down with vinegar. All of the tools we're going to use. This helps with getting rid of any grease particles that might be on the tools. Add the granulated sugar to a bowl and then add egg white powder and whisk to combine. Egg white powder is optional and it's not right for everyone and for all weathers. I have a great article on egg white powder and I'm linking it down below on the description box. Whisking the egg white powder and sugar is important to prevent egg white powder from clumping together. Add the fresh egg whites and whisk to combine. Place the bowl over a pan with barely simmering water and whisk until the sugar has completely melted. It should take 1 to 2 minutes. You can test by touching the mixture with your fingers, and if you don't feel any sugar granules, you can remove it from the heat. Transfer the syrup to the bowl of an electric mixer. Start whipping on low and then gradually increase the speed to medium. I like to finish whipping my meringue on speed 6. It can take up to 13 minutes to whip my meringue, or more depending on how long I've whipped it on speed 4 before increasing to 6. Time whipping will largely depend on the weather, the quality of the eggs you're using, and on your mixer, so don't go by time. Here you just want to whip until the meringue has achieved a stiff peak consistency. Whip the meringue until it has achieved stiff peaks. The peak should be shooting straight up, and if you look on the bottom of the meringue collected by the whisk, you'll notice soft but defined waves as you can see here. Add the sifted dry ingredients to the bowl and begin folding with a spatula. We are making 2 different colors, so let's fold the batter just until the dry ingredients are incorporated with the meringue. As soon as you see no more streaks of dry ingredients, stop stirring. Now let's divide the batter between 2 different bowls. Work with 1 bowl at a time and keep the remaining one covered meanwhile. To the first batter, I added a bit of robin's egg by americolor. The color didn't come through so well and I had to stop adding food coloring and folding the batter or it was going to end up being overmixed. But that's okay because we're going to airbrush the macarons later anyway. Stop folding the batter when it's flowing off the spatula slowly and effortlessly. You should be able to pick up some batter with a spatula and draw several figure eights with the batter that's flowing off the spatula without having it break up. And even after the batter breaks up, it should still continue to flow slowly off the spatula. Transfer the batter to a piping bag fitted with a round tip and seal the top of the bag with a bag tie. Now let's work with the second batter. I added periwinkle to this batter. Look at that beautiful color. Fold until the perfect consistency is achieved as I have explained before. The batter should be flowing slowly and effortlessly off the spatula. Transfer it to a piping bag fitted with a round tip. I use a 1/4 inch diameter piping tip and seal the top of the bag with a tie. Now let's pipe the macarons. Place the bag directly 90 degrees over the center of each circle template. Apply pressure to release the batter and then pull it up, twisting at the top. Tap the tray against the counter or against the palm of your hands to release any air bubbles, and use a toothpick to pop any remaining air bubbles from the surface of the shells. Now this tray is going to rest, let's pipe another one. Let's pipe the periwinkle shells. Now the first tray is already dry. Touch a shell gently and if it doesn't stick to your finger, you can bake. I like to bake in the rimless baking sheet. It's my favorite to use on my large oven because it has very uneven heat distribution in my oven. So this rimless baking sheet helps with that a lot because it allows for the air to circulate more evenly throughout the shells. We'll do the same with the periwinkle shells. I bake 1 tray at a time at a 310 Fahrenheit on this new oven. Oven temperature will vary a lot depending on your oven. I bake my shells for about 20 minutes, sometimes a little bit longer. To know if the macarons are done baking, try to move one, and if it doesn't feel jiggly, you can remove it from the oven. Let the macarons cool down completely before removing them from the silicone. I airbrushed my macarons with periwinkle airbrush food coloring and also a couple of them with the blue sheen from americolor. I'm drizzling some white chocolate over the macarons. I colored the melted white chocolate with some color milk candy food coloring and drizzled over the macarons, and then put some sprinkles on top. Now let's make the white chocolate buttercream for the filling. Melt the chocolate in the microwave and microwave it for 15-second intervals, stirring in between. Let the white chocolate cool down for about 15 minutes until it's not warm anymore. Beat the butter with an electric mixer for about 3 minutes until creamy and fluffy. Add the powdered sugar and the melted and cooled down white chocolate to the bowl and mix to combine. If the mixture is too dry, add some milk or water to help it come together. Add more milk as needed. And if the buttercream is too soft, you can add a little bit more powdered sugar to make it stiffer. Now add the vanilla extract and mix to combine. We are making a bicolor buttercream, so split the buttercream between 2 different bowls. To one of the bowls, I added sky blue food coloring and periwinkle to the other. Mix to combine. Lay a piece of plastic wrap on the counter. Spread the periwinkle and the blue frosting next to each other and then roll the frosting into a log. Place the log of frosting inside a piping bag lined with the tip of choice. I'm using an Ateco 869. Pipe the frosting on the bottom shells of the macarons and then place a decorated shell on top. I hope you enjoyed this video. For the full recipe, check out the description box and many tips on my blog. I'm gonna leave a link down below in the description box. Thanks for watching. Bye!